DJ, you go crazy.
Can you talk to us about the damage drill music has done to our community?
Drill, and all of it is damaging. You know,
Right.
drill is probably the most intense and self-destructive form of gangster rap, but it's all destroying us.
Right.
You know, I wish that one day the Chicago artists, the Chief Keefs and the Little Durks and Common and Kanye, I wish they would convene some sort of a conference, not just for the gangs, because it ain't just the gangs doing this. You understand? I think sometimes the gangs can get a bad rap because they get blamed for crime that ain't even gang crime. But I wish that they would all come together, all those in Chicago with the influence. I wish they would come together and have a serious sit down with the gangs and all the other corner boy sets and see if they could put some order to the crime. Because see, here's the thing. Crime not going to stop because people can't find well-paying jobs. You see that? Crime is not going to stop until you have jobs that provide people with adequate pay and benefits to take care of their children. So bringing them together to stop the crime, that could be the goal. As a student of political science and criminology, I don't think that's going to happen. But you know what we can do? We could put some rules to the shit. You understand? Organize the crime like the Italians do. Organize the crime like the Chinese gangs do. Organize the crime like the Irish do. Why the hell we got kids getting hit? Why we got mothers getting hit? Why we got old women getting hit? Y'all can't put some rules to this shit so innocent bystanders ain't losing their life over y'all petty drama? I think there should be a conference in Chicago to at least organize the crime to reduce the violence.
Yeah, a lot of Chicago men are stubborn, and they feel like what we talk about can never happen. They feel like it's impossible to have
you know
such
what?
a conference.
That bothers me because once upon a time, people said we would never get out of slavery. Once upon a time, when black people said we got to fight to end this, some black people laughed at them and said, this never going to end. So if you believe it, you can achieve it. They told Ida B. Wells, she never stopped lynching. She did. They told Frederick Douglass, black people never get the right to vote. We did. They told Dr. King, you'll never go to a white hotel, restaurant, a coliseum. He did. They told Marcus Garvey, Africa will never be free. He gave Africa the blueprint for independence, which came right after his death. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we are a people whose whole history is about proving that the word impossible is a myth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ride or die.
Now, can you help me break down, though, like the psychological effects gangster rap has had on African-American men, right?
The problem with gangster rap and why it's been so influential, gangster rap takes off in the decade of crack and AIDS. This is the mass incarceration of black fathers. The boys are fatherless, and into the void comes the gangster rappers as the role models. And let me be clear. As I said earlier, I don't want to scapegoat the gangster rappers because as much as they are to blame, professional black men are to blame. Because if the doctor doesn't leave the inner city of Chicago, if the school principal doesn't move out the inner city of Chicago, if the engineer, the politician, the business owner, the pastor, if they don't abandon our children, Little Durk and Chief Keef can never get to them. And I'm not demonizing Little Durk and Chief Keef, you understand? But I'm saying that if the black professional men never abandon our boys, rap would never have the deleterious effect on the consciousness of young black America as it does. So are the gangster rappers to blame? Partly and largely, but all black men have to be blamed. Because if we were really taking care of the boys in the community, gangster rap could have never took hold. You know why? We wouldn't let them listen to it. And we wouldn't let them make it. Gangster rap was created by fatherless black boys. And when I say fatherless, I don't mean they didn't have a father in their life. I'm saying they didn't have a father who was strong, aggressive, active in making sure that you don't engage yourself into anything that would be destructive and not in the best interest of the black community. So although we look at gangster rap, it is black men in general who are failing our children. You got young men coming out of Cook County Jail every day. Do we have a program to socialize them, bring them back into the streets of Chicago? Do we have a way to get them a job? Do we take them to some sort of a socialization process where they know how to relate to their children's mother, relate to their children, relate to their mother, relate to the community? Do we give them some type of anger management course or conflict resolution seminar? What are black men doing for black men? And nobody gonna help us, because let us be honest, we are the most undesired people in this country. Not the damn Arabs, not the Taliban, not the Mexican gangs, not the immigrants. No, the most undesired person in America is the black man. We it. So if we don't come together and save ourselves, we won't be saved.
And on the flip side of that coin, of the gangster rap, you know, nowadays the women are emerging, you know, with a real big impact on the rap game now. But a lot of their lyrics are, you know, vulgar, sexual related.
I don't like it.
Right.
I don't support it. You know, obviously, Sister Sukihana and I are friends, and we have a line of communication there. I know where she stands, and she definitely knows where I stand. And my hope is, with the level of intelligence that I know her to have off the camera, I'm hoping that one day she will turn the corner, because I think a sister like Sukihana has a lot of potential. I think she could do a lot of good, especially with our young girls, especially someone who has went from this level of art to come to this level of activism. You feel me? So I'm hopeful that she will turn that corner sooner than later. But gangster rap is nothing more than the exaggeration of the stereotypes white people have always held about black people since the beginning of time. What was the stereotype about the black woman on the plantation? She was a Jezebel, sexually promiscuous. And what do our gangster rap women do? They push a message of sexual promiscuity. They're reinforcing stereotypes of black women that are 4 centuries old. Look at the black man. What is the stereotype? All they want to do is have sex, smoke, drink, kill each other, and buy expensive European goods. And what do the gangster rappers push? Exactly that. And that's why I call hip hop the minstrel show of white America, because everything white America wants to believe and does believe about black people, they give it to our rappers to push it.
And they promote it.
And they promote it like crazy.
With such excitement.
And they're hypocrites, because if you tell me this is the only thing you can rap about, because this is what you live, why did you move out your neighborhood? Most rappers do not live in their neighborhood. They moved. And I'm not against that. But don't be celebrating this kind of life if you left it behind the minute you had enough money to do so. Does that sound like somebody who proud? Why are you still rapping about a lifestyle that you no longer participate in? You in a white suburb, send your kids to a white private school. You got private white security, but you pushing this message of bust your gun in the ghetto. Don't worry about who get hit. You understand that? Kill him, kill this one, weed, crack, sell. You don't live it no more, my brother. If you don't live it no more, but you still telling our kids that you do, doesn't that make you an artistic hypocrite? Stop saying you only rapping about what you see. You don't see that shit no more because you don't live it no more. So why you still pushing it? Because the Jewish media conglomerates make them do it. Gangster rappers are the field slaves of the European Jewish music plantation.
For sure that.
DJ, you go crazy.